Nobody, absolutely fucking no one can have power over you unless you allow them to take that power away from you, unless you allow them to have that power. And it's really funny, but there's always a way around it. I'm not gonna tell you what I did, but I was like, well, actually, I can tell you this is that I'm actually in complete control of my life, as are you. If something happens, there's always a way to fix things, there's always a solution, there's always a way to solve a problem. Nothing's, is it infinite? Nothing's definite or something? Yeah, nothing's certain in life. Hey guys, and welcome to a new episode of the Kiss Line podcast, a podcast all about self-worth and self-achievement, being crystal clear on your potential. I'm your host, Summer Clark, and in today's episode, it's all about, we've said it so many times, it's about being yourself and being proud and, just, just being yourself, just being in love with who you are as a person and what strengths, that has, like, that's it. That's how far you can go. Like, your potential is all based on self-love and, just accepting who you are and being at peace with it, Yeah, like acceptance. Wow, I'm a loop-de-loop today. So I'm just so inspired by a recent friend. I'm just so proud of who they are and how they've just discovered themselves. I'm not gonna say that, so it sounds a bit wrong, doesn't it? Discovered who they truly are, and it's a journey. It's a journey for all of us. This thing called life. This thing called life it's hard. It's difficult. People, they don't make it easy for us. Like the environments that we're brought up in, the people that we've been, bombarded with, surrounded by, they've they've chosen to be in our lives. No, they've chosen their own path, and we can collide. And sometimes that does us really good, and sometimes that does us really bad. That does us really bad. That isn't good for us. Sometimes people are a lesson or a blessing. It's just, it's your choice whether you want them to have power over you or not. It's a journey. It really is a journey for all of us to find our strengths, to find out who you are. We're all like a little spark. Why am I full of so many cliches this morning? we we have our, they will have our own little spark. It's just what's gonna ignite it. What's gonna, you know, wow. I was gonna say unleash the power within. What the hell is wrong with me today? It's so cheesy. It's making me sweat already. But yeah, I can't tell you guys enough how important it is to be yourself, how beautiful it is. Yeah, how incredible you are as a person, and not everyone will see it. Not everyone will see it. Um, Sometimes people only see the bad in us. That's because they only see the bad in themselves. Most of the time, it's not who you are as a person, it's just how they see the world, and that can really reflect on us, and it's just not a good place to be. It's a horrible place to be. I mean, I've been bullied by this person. I don't know what we can call them. We can come up with a name if you guys want. um but it's not okay. But it's them. It really is them. They have the problem. People, there are some people that just won't accept you for who you are. Okay. And what we got to say to these people is that I bless them with love and I release them from my life, because they're not going to do you any good. Okay? If we've all got that person, the person that's just like, it's like an unsaid thing. It's like an seen force. Ooh. It is like an unseen force that's just like, okay, they have some kind of grasp on me, like power of me. Like I can't be myself. Like I can't, you know, say a joke or be in the same room with them as them. I don't want. If we've all been in that space of like, I can't be myself. I have to tiptoe around eggshells because this person makes me feel like I can't be myself. The thing is that you can be yourself. These people just don't understand you. And they might not ever understand you. And some of the time, it could be all made up in your head. We've all been in a space where we've been so conditioned that we can't even express ourselves to the people that might actually, enjoy who you are. It's like it's a horrible place to be. But sometimes we can find that anchor. For me, it was getting super. Oh God, that's an embarrassing story, you guys. For me, I found an anchor. I'm not even going to tell you what it is, but yeah. But you guys, it's all about finding, what makes you you. What is untouchable? What can't people attack you with? What's the thing that people can love you for? Doing the good things in life, being a great person. And sometimes people won't even like that. Sometimes people just won't understand you. They just won't understand you. They'll never understand you. But the important thing is that you don't change to please them. You never change who you are to be accepted by someone else. Because this is crazy. You don't want to run around your whole life, doing what other people want for you. I mean, what's that going to do to your soul, man? What is it going to do to who you are? What's that going to do to your mental health? It's going to degrade you. It's going to, you're not going to find any value in yourself if you're making other people happy. You're not going to, find who you truly are. You're not going to be honest with yourself. You're not going to find out what it is that makes you you, and you're going to be miserable just because you spent all your life being someone else's idea of, what they want from you, their idea of perfect, their idea of, a good person. When actually, you're a good person just being yourself, just being who you are. And the idea that someone else, can tell you about yourself. No, nobody can understand what's going on in your brain. Not even yourself. No, I'm kidding. Nobody can understand that. Nobody knows who you are. And it's your job to find out, find an anchor, find out what makes you unique and use it. Use it to, fuel this person that you are, like a safe place. Like I always say, it's a safe place. For me, it's golf. Like I have golf, and that is one of the things that makes me, I don't want to say shine, like use the pad to shine. Like, I can't do that. But that's one thing that makes me, proud to be myself, proud to be who I am. And because I have that, like it's an anchor, nobody can, be horrible. Nobody can say anything about me because I know that I have something that makes me unique to myself, that makes me who I am. And that can be, if you got like painting, if you're into graphic design, it's like, oh, this is my anchor, that's me. My friend paints rocks, that's her thing, that makes her, that makes her special, that makes her, it's kind of like a little tickle of your soul. I can't say that, but it's like a little, oh, this is me, this little spark, la-di-da. Wait, I think I'm referring to the movie Soul. Didn't they have a spark? It's like, find your spark. Is that right? I have no idea. I need to watch that movie again. But, whether it's like you love putting on makeup, boys and girls, we're all like, we love it. We love it here. You like, I don't know, making candles, I don't know, what makes you you. And sometimes you do get lost in that, and sometimes you do get, bullied, pressured by society that we can't, do the things that we want to do. And especially for men, like in that, if everyone's got a Netflix account and everyone, speaking of candles, and everyone's watched Love Hard, which is a great movie, I think. I was like, this is a really good movie. It's one of those cheesy, perfect movies. And the guy in there actually made candles, but he was afraid to be himself and to do that because he was scared, what his family would think or what people would think of him. And I'm like, well, you've got something that is a really good thing, like a great hobby. Like, you can take that and make that, into something better, like a little business. And he was just so afraid of what people would think of him when actually there's actually nothing to worry about at all, because that's a really good thing. And you've got to look at yourself right now. It's like so if you feel like, you know, if you feel like people are going to bully you, and if they do, it's just like, so it's like, at least you're doing something. You're doing something that makes you who you are, and that makes you unique and different and stand out. It makes you stand out from the crowd. And it's like, what are they doing, really? What are they doing? And I forever had this. And my aunt, bless her, she's the most incredible person, and she was like, but Summer, you've come so far, look how far you've come. And I'm like, really, have I? What have we done, really? And sometimes I still can't see it. I'm like, did I go far? And not to compare my life to other people, but the majority of people in my case would be in different situations, or the stereotypical the stereotypical situation, of being stereotyped as a person, and they all have the same issue that I would have, and I don't have that. And I kind of like look at myself and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I have come far and I have made the right decisions. And I have a problem with always trying to not be perfect, but trying to be the best, which is the best at what I do. And I just drive myself crazy about it. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're all at our own pace, and we're all here to do what we have to do. And sometimes we have to accept that time is, time's a gift, like the present. Have you seen Uguay, where it's like, what is it? The past. I can't even remember it. But he says the present, that's why we call it a gift, and the present is a gift. And, we have to stop taking that for granted, because we have so much freedom in being ourselves and what we have. Even if we have a little, we still have a lot in like terms. And I'm not saying like compare your life to other people, because we're all here to learn what we have to learn. We're all here on our journey. We shouldn't judge other people for what we are here for or what we're doing. Even if you see, I don't want to say like a homeless person, on the street just, begging food, just they're here to learn what they're here to learn, and we can't judge them for it. We can help them out as much as we can. We can always help people out. That's always a really good thing. I can't say tickle your soul. It tickles your soul. It's like, I'm not going to say that. It sounds really odd. But do whatever makes you happy, things like that. It helps. It does help. Like, so we all need to find... We're all looking for purpose in life. And by doing, like, community work is a great thing to uplift that, because you know that you've done good. And it's like, there's a little bit of purpose in life. People get so caught up in their purpose in life. Honestly, it changes. If you do what I did in the past and tied it to my financial goals, I was like, my purpose in life is not to find money, but to be... it's like, it's different. We all have it, because we can't have this, like, we can't have one purpose in life. We've got loads of different purposes. And even if it's just making someone else smile for like a minute, that's a purpose in life. That's, but people are always like, what is my purpose in life? What is it? And it's just like, you got so much. And, we're here for quite an extensive bit of time that you would just get bored. It's okay, my personal life is to be a dentist, and you're doing that for the rest of your life. No, it changes, and it's okay with that. There's nothing wrong with people like taking career after career. It's like that could be exciting. So don't let people like be mad at you for not ever sticking to one thing. It's okay to and some people do this to find out who they are and find out what they're good at, is to jump from job to job, and you're just finding out who you are and what you like. It's nothing wrong with there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. And it's okay, and once you find it, you'll settle and be like, okay, so this is what I'm supposed to be doing. We can't just all walk out I can't say that word. We can't all walk out as babies and think, okay, I'm gonna be this in life. No, we need to find it. It's such a beautiful world out there, you guys, and it's all yours. Like the oyster, that's yours, and you can find out what you want. We can't all know what we're doing in life. We can't all be persuaded. Some of us are really lucky, and they're like, okay, I'm doing this, for a huge chunk of my life. That's fine. I could do this. That's great. But it doesn't, don't let it define you, because, okay, so your relatives have got a job in, the makeup industry, and they're doing really well, and, they're probably making perfumes or something, and you feel frowned upon. No, you shouldn't make people make you feel like that. That's awful. Be yourself. It doesn't matter. It's like, it doesn't matter if you make how much money. It's like, you can make all the money in the world also. It doesn't make you a good person. It's like, okay, I'm gonna, make billions. It's like, okay, great. And your family like, oh, they fucking bow down to you. No, I believe it's what you do as a person that makes you a good person. And I've had family members do that to me and my sister, because they thought, well, for me, they thought I was poor, and it went to, I was like, what? What? I still can't get over it, because I was thinking about buying a Tesla at the time, and it was like a divorce in the family member, and then it all came out, and they were like, oh, they pick on you because they all slag you off because you're poor. And I was like, wait, what? First of all, it just goes to show that that's terrible, because that's not a good family. They shouldn't slag you off or look down upon you because you're poor. Nobody should. We all have the potential to be rich. It's just some of us, like, Oscar Wilde said, we're all in the gutter, but some of us are looking up at the stars. We all have that potential to be rich. That doesn't mean anything. You can all learn. You can read books. You can find out how to make money. Some of it's really annoying and scammy, but, if you want to make money, do it the right way. Read The Richest Man in Babylon. That's like one of the greatest books that's so overlooked. It's the best book ever. It's not, it's something that everyone could achieve. Well, sort of. That's a lot of complication. There's a lot of people that don't want you to be rich. But, yeah, it doesn't define who you are as a person. It's like, you can have all the money in the world. It doesn't matter. It matters what you do as a person. And that is, what kindness can you give to the world? It's like, it just really annoys me. It's like, my point was, I could be rich as fuck. Yeah, I could be a right dickhead, but I'd still be loved because I'd be rich. I could be like, I could kick a duck or something. But it doesn't matter because I got millions. Or I could be kind. I could be a good person, I could do the right thing, and still have not a penny to my name or something. You know, it's like, what really matters? It's like money is so, it comes and it goes. It doesn't matter. Money is not going to stay there forever. But who you are as a person, you know, the kindness that you have to give to the world does. You know, that's more of, that's a better thing than, I was just so shocked. I was like, what's it's like, excuse me, aren't you supposed to biologically love me? Oh, but you know, I just it just went to show, because I was genuinely thinking about buying a Tesla at the time. It was really funny. Um, but you know, these people are, you know, it's easier said than done, because people are gonna say what the fuck they want about you, and they're gonna, you know, they're gonna think of what they like. It's not important. The most important thing is what you think about yourself, and you know, there are people that aren't gonna accept you for who you are, but honestly, you don't have to accept them for who they are. You can turn the table and say, like, actually, you're a dick, and I don't want to fucking be surrounded by you. I'm not going to accept you for who you are. um, but what's important is that you find that anchor, find what grounds you, and nothing in the world will matter. It's just that you know what it is that makes you feel unique, that you can hold on to, that nobody else can take away from you, no matter what it is. And that's it. That's the secret. No, it's one of them. It's a good thing to hold on to. You know, people will always be themselves. They will always try to knock you down, and that's because nobody else has told them that they can be someone incredible, that they can be whatever that they want to be. No one else has ever told them that. You know, no one's ever made them feel like that. And, you know, they're stuck in that horrible place where they can't be anything that they want to be, you know? So they try to, it's like they're jealous of you, man. They are, well, you know, a little bit. They're going to try and take you down, and they're going to do whatever they can to do that. And your job is to not let that happen. And you don't have to let that happen. You don't have to let your power go away. And I've recently been in a battle. I've recently been in a like in a battle where I have been struggling with finding out who I am, finding that comfort in being myself. And it wasn't until I think recently where I was just like, well, here I am. This is me. This is me, and I'm not going to let anyone drag me down, you know, because I'm myself, and nobody, absolutely fucking no one can have power over you unless you allow them to take that power away from you, unless you allow them to have that power. And it's really funny, but there's always a way around it. You know, I'm not going to tell you what I did, but I was like, well, actually, I can tell you this, is that I'm actually in complete control of my life, as are you. You know, if something happens, there's always a way to fix things, there's always a solution, there's always a way to solve a problem. Nothing's, you know, is it infinite? Nothing's definite or something? Yeah, nothing's certain in life. Okay. Nothing's certain in life. It's terrible, except death. But nothing is certain in life, except death. That you can control, you know. But you can control what happens, okay? So if something happened, like you lost your job, okay, I'll go find another one, and I will fucking go find another one. So, okay, you lost your apartment. Okay, fine. I'll go find a fucking another one. I'll go get another one, and it'll be better. Okay, it's just your mindset. You're in complete control of what you want to do. You can always change the outcome. You can make things better. So, okay, my husband left me. I'll go get another one. It'll be better. That's what you can do. That is what you can do. It's like, okay, so this didn't work out. Fine. I'll go get something else and it'll be better. Okay? And I've come up with, I had a dream actually of, I think, darning your socks. Which basically means, because I'm watching one of my favorite historical YouTubers. She's released a book, and she was going on about darning socks, and for some reason, and yeah, that's what you do to, fix them. Her book's all about. It's called Make So. Is it Make So and Mend by Bernadette Banner? It's like pre-order, and she was darning. I think it's darning socks, and I had a dream where I was doing that, and I looked up, like, I was like, what does this mean? Dreams, like, about socks. Okay. I was like, okay, what does this mean? And it's to do with comfort. Okay, so socks in your dream is to do with comfort, and I was actually darning them. Is it darning? Yarning? Darning? Darning. I think it's darning. And I was like sewing, I was making them comfortable. And that's exactly what you got to do. And I've come up with a new, like, a new quote. Is it like, darn your socks? Because you have to make your life the way you want it, and you can't let anyone take that power from you, okay? So darn your own socks, guys. I think it's darn. Darn. Yarn? Darn? Okay, anyway. But yeah, you guys go out there and do it, okay? So if you're not comfortable in life, darn your socks, bro. I'm gonna release merchandise for that because I find that hilarious. I find that so funny. But it's true, and you have to go out there and find out what makes you comfortable and do it. Do what makes you comfortable. Be yourself. Don't let anyone get to you. Easier said than done, but there is always a way to do it. You just have to find out what it is that makes you, yourself, and how can you feel comfortable in the situations that you want to be comfortable in. If you guys do want that coaching, I have it on Anthly. You have to sign up though, because they are legit. They are the best, and I do have coaching classes on there. You guys can sign up. It's at a reasonable price, and we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. We can talk about anything. Really, I know that there are things, but if you just book time with me, just message me, let me know what it is that you want. I can help you through that. I know I sound ridiculous on the podcast, but I'm so legit. I am actually, I'm a qualified life coach, and yeah, it's a spiritual coach as well. And I have certificates I can show you, and it was a legit proper thing. It was. No, it was, and I'm completely serious, and I will take your situation seriously. Yeah, and I hope you guys are well. I hope you got so much from this podcast. Just go out there, be yourself, and fuck whatever anyone else thinks, okay? You've got this. So many changes coming up with this podcast. We've got Tammy joining us at some point. I need to be more, on it with it, because there's so much potential could be with this podcast, and there's so much crazy things going on. Like last week there just wasn't a podcast, sorry. Because there's just so much I could do with this podcast, and we're all human, nobody's perfect, and sometimes even I need time to get on my own feet with things, and it's okay. You guys need that too. We all need it. We're only human, okay? So I really hope you guys are the best. And, go out there, darn your socks, and be yourself. Fuck it. Don't give a shit what anybody else thinks. You're here to be you and no one else. And don't let anyone judge you for being yourself, okay? So thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I've been your host, Summer Clark, and this has been the Crystalline Podcast. Thank you.